State legislators are debating the punishment for truck drivers who should not be on the roads. 5 people died in Weld County last year when they were hit by an unlicensed trucker. The punishment for driving without a commercial driver's license in our state is a small fine. Here's Mark Salinger.
Desiree Everts thinks about the crash every day.
There should be stricter laws on that stuff.
It's been nearly 9 months since her 5 family members were killed by a truck driver on I-25. The driver didn't have a valid commercial driver's license.
If there were stricter rules on that stuff, they could still probably be here to this day.
A bill now has lawmakers debating whether the punishment should be harsher for drivers on the road without a valid CDL. In the Senate, lawmakers passed a version that makes it a misdemeanor, but lawmakers in the House amended the bill to make driving a truck without a proper license still a traffic violation, now punishable with a $100 fine and a $15 surcharge.
It would effectively be the lowest penalty that we know of in the country.
Greg Fulton is the president of the Colorado Motor Carriers Association. He lobbied to increase the punishment and says with a simple fine, paying the money will become a cost of doing business for keeping bad drivers on the road.
Our job is to make things safer each year, and this doesn't do it.
The law was originally changed back in 2021, making driving without a CDL a traffic violation. It was part of a misdemeanor reform act and was passed on the recommendation of the Colorado Commission on Criminal and Juvenile Justice.
Their recommendation was to lower it from a misdemeanor to a Class A traffic infraction for driving without a CDL. That's because the results would be basically the same.
Republican Representative Matt Soper sponsored the bill this year in the House, where the misdemeanor punishment was stripped.
There's plenty of penalties out there that causes me to think that the state of the law is just fine, that the motor carrier's concerns are a little bit overrated.
But penalties like reckless driving and vehicular homicide are only triggered once a crash happens.
No other family should have to go through what we're going through.
Representative Soper argues that the ultimate punishment for a misdemeanor offense will likely be a fine anyways, though there are obviously differences. He did acknowledge that with a misdemeanor offense, some people will often spend at least one night in jail.
Feels a little counterintuitive, Mark, that the industry group here is pushing for tougher penalties on its own drivers.
Yeah, they see it as a way to weed out bad drivers. I was talking to Greg Fulton there today, and he was saying that it doesn't really make a whole lot of sense that driving without a license, if you're driving a regular car, a Prius, for example, without a license, you get the same penalty as driving a semi without a license.
Mark, thank you.